Hey everybody, welcome to week 7 directions. Pretty crazy how all these weeks are just piling on top of each other, but we are almost there. And what I'm going over today is actually your final project. It's due next Friday, the 22nd, and that'll give us 1 week of time for all makeup work to come in and for everything to get finalized. I still have to hear from you once a week. So for this class, that can be done a couple different ways. That could be one, through turning in your journal entries, two, through doing a discussion, or three, making sure you email me to check in. Hey, from there, I'm going to kind of go quick because I want to go over the project, as I know uh, it might need a little bit of clarification since it's a new concept. But I tried to add as many resources and support to make it fun and easy to do. From there, this week we have the last one. So part 2, it's going to start with the discussion of food safety and HACCP. As you all know from coaching food science, I'm really big on food safety, and I just think it's a really exciting field because you would instantly have job security. I mean, right now, what are people still doing while they're home? Eating. And so making sure that we have a safe food supply is never going to go away. For this concept, you are going to click on these slides, which will run you through what HACCP is and the steps that are done. Oh, if it wants to go, there it goes. Okay, and so it'll go through the steps and then just an overview of what it is and how it started for a little bit of history. From there, you'll answer these in the discussion by clicking reply and typing in that text box, going through. Get a chance of watching a few more videos to get a little bit more of a background of what food processing looks like by finding out what they do for preventative measures to keep their food safe. And then we'll wrap it up with the replying to one peer just to check on each other and learn from each other. I found it really exciting to see you guys discuss that way. So then, without further ado, let's talk about this final project. After you do this discussion, go ahead and go to part 2. That will be you conducting a hazard analysis on a food product. My hope is that you will do it on a recipe you're cooking at home. Worst case, though, if you're not cooking a lot, if you don't want to do it that way, you can just find a YouTube video that goes over how a food product is created, like the ones I have in the discussion, and then you'll just be identifying the hazards from that example. For this, you are going to need to click on these slides, which will take you in an overview of what hazards you're looking for. It all comes down to 3, biological, chemical, and physical. Biological actually has to do a lot with what you've already been learning about pathogens, specifically bacteria, and how we have to prevent those by doing proper measures before. A lot of times that can be done with food temperatures, making sure that it's cooked to the right or kept stored at the right temperature in order to not allow for microbial growth. Okay? And so these kind of go over that. Chemical, that could be anything from the sanitizers and things that are used to clean the lines, even at home. The chemicals we use to clean the countertops or clean our cutting boards, but then it also can be from pesticides from being grown with that, in manufacturing processes that could be there. And even food additives, if you're doing a recipe at home, that's not going to come into play, but it is interesting to see that and understand that if a food additive is put in that is not meant to be there, that it could then become hazardous, or if it's put in too high of levels. And then physical, hey, these are the fun ones. If you Google these, you can entertain yourself for a while because there's obviously the crazy ones that happen. It looks like I'm going to have to do 2 videos today. Sorry about that. But for this one, physical, you could be anything from things that are toxins, but this is where the hair and the bugs and all that nastiness, also we want to prevent that, and we have to do so with a plan, which is what your project will be about. So I'll continue in the next video that will go over the project a little bit better. See you then.